Hey Ashley, my name's Jonna. I live in Michigan and I'll be 17 years old on January 25th. My dream that I've had ever since I was really small, about 4 years old, was to be a doctor. And slowly over time my dream has grown to wanting to be a surgeon and an endocrinologist. I love to help people, and I see obtaining my dream as a chance to help other people reach their dreams. In endocrinology, there are some problems patients get where they're told, oh, it's all in your head. And one case of this is Sharmyn McGraw, and she was a woman who had Cushings Syndrome, but had to wait years to get a diagnosis. Originally, Sharmyn was a size 2, so you can imagine she was very surprised to find that after a year she had gained 100 pounds. Most people would assume that she just ate too much. She was a 31-year-old woman that weighed 227 pounds. However, Sharmyn was on a strict diet. In fact, she barely ate at all. In fact, on an empty stomach, she felt full. It wasn't just her weight that was affected. Her face and chin were round, and the back of her neck had a buffalo hump. Also, her hair began to fall out in handfuls. She had constant jitters, and she had chronic indigestion, and she barely even slept for more than 2 hours a night. She was emotionally and physically exhausted, and I assume she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Almost every doctor she saw was convinced that she was just a compulsive eater and that she had a mood disorder, and they told her to diet and exercise. It turns out that she actually had a tumor on her pituitary gland, not a mood disorder. It took her 7 years to get a doctor that would listen to her, one that would stick with her until they found the right diagnosis. I feel like I'll be able to relate to patients, maybe not a lot, but in some ways. I have a physical problem that has caused me a lot of pain and a lot of grief. I've been to doctor, and most of them just tell me, oh, it's all in your head. However, I finally found a doctor that took the time to look at my body and look at my symptoms, and I finally got a diagnosis over the summer. I'll be living with this condition and everything it comes with for the rest of my life, and I think it's important that I become a doctor to replace some of the ones that shouldn't have a medical degree. Maybe not replace them, but to put myself out there as a doctor that will actually listen to her patients, a doctor that gives them a chance to know what's going on, to know what's wrong. I don't want my patients to just sit there wondering why they're so different from everyone else, wondering what's causing them all of this grief. No one should have to be left wondering. At times, as I learned myself, wondering what's wrong can be worse than actually knowing. And I know a quote that says, if you see hoof prints in Central Park, chances are it's a horse and not a zebra. But every now and then, it just might be a zebra. And I know it's an odd quote, but I believe that it's very, very important. Of course, when diagnosing someone, you should look for the obvious things first. But if the obvious things aren't there, that doesn't mean that there isn't something wrong. Just because the doctor can't see the horse doesn't mean that there isn't a zebra, a rare condition, or a rare disease. My dream is to one day get past my physical constraints and to become a doctor that can change lives for the better, to help people that are at their wits' end, as I know what that's like, and to put an end to all of their guessing, and to help them figure out what their next move should be. I'm trying to do well in school, but unfortunately my condition has been weighing really heavily on my mind, and I feel like I'm in a constant mental fog. However, I'm pretty darn determined to make a difference, and I'm hoping that if I force myself through the days that seem impossible to bear, I can help someone in the future get through their roughest days. So that's my dream, and it's one that I plan on holding on to as tight as I can. And I know my dream may sound a bit dorky, but it's one that I don't ever want to let go. Thanks. Bye.